You know what my dream is, Crush?
Huh.
Become some Xbox kid's stepdad.
Lenny, are you still playing with Jalen?
No, I'm sitting here
Okay, sweet. So you
installing
finished.
No PS5.
no
All right,
PS5,
John,
no Lester B under the table.
And hands not in your pants, okay? No hands in your pants or in Lenny's pants, okay? Because after what happened last week, you know.
All right.
Man, nothing happened.
I was talking about John looking at the artwork
Oh yeah.
and then
No.
him putting his hand in
Sitting there.
Lenny's pants. What's up, Top Chads? It's your boy Johnny B.
I hate
and
you.
and Lenny B and Krush.
No.
And we
B.
got another episode to
Crush
deal with
B.
it. Fuck
Timmy
hell.
B. Tim.
Oh hell no, bud.
Timmy B.
Get the hell out of here, you motherfucker. Bro, it was bad enough when people would call me Timmy Turner sometimes in school, but that's like 2,000 times worse, bud. Timmy B. What the fuck? You used to call me it. Chris used to call me it. Lester used to call me it. A whole bunch of people used to
Alrighty,
call
guys.
me it.
Welcome to another installment of Deal With It.
Bro, we also had
Cue the standard applause for some reason. I don't know.
oh yeah, the standard talk show hosts clapping and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
The canned laughter. Yeah, we're hilarious in the ironic way.
Yeah.
Insert
We're
clapping.
hilarious to a point.
Fucking trains.
Freaking trains.
That's an inside joke, y'all. So, well, let's start with I guess telling what that inside joke is, because I'm sure.
No. Let's leave that for the end. Keep him.
No. We need to explain because nobody's gonna stick till the end for this because it's just that stupid. So,
yeah, that's true.
So we always make these stupid ass inside jokes, and bro, like over the years we've like quoted Wingsofredemption or stuff that we would just say that's really
EDP,
stupid.
Lester B, John.
You're quoting
Yeah.
from EDP? All right, well, I mean, I guess you gotta get your quotes somewhere, but yeah, we've gotten a bunch of quotes from a lot from Lester
There's been a
mainly.
few times you've quoted EDP. Don't lie.
Probably, but not in the way you're like he's known for.
No, not
just
in
so
the
we're
cupcake-
clear.
Not in the cup. Yeah, not in the cupcake way. We're talking like his old videos, like jacking off should be a sport.
Oh yeah, not like the thing with 13-year-olds. Hell no, that's on me, buddy. Fuck no, I ain't no cupcake stealer. Okay,
Yeah, no.
I buy my
Yeah, no, not the
cupcakes. I buy my cupcakes from giants, as John likes to say. EDP buys his in the street.
I
With
still
Lenny.
don't know what you mean by giants.
So there's this little inside joke me and John have. John, for some reason, with a lot of stuff that is just like giant or deer, for example, that doesn't have an S at the end. I'm shitty at English, and I forgot what that's called, but you know what I'm trying to say. So John, for some reason, he always calls things that don't have an S at the end with an S at the end. So, for example, the Superstore Giant, he always calls that Giants. We have restaurants around here. One called Green Turtle. He'll always call it Green Turtles, and he goes along with it too because it's just that great. What else is there?
Granted, I do the same thing, so
Oh.
I can't. It's an Asian thing.
Red Lobsters.
Gee, thank you.
Lenny,
It's an Asian thing.
yeah, but Lenny,
No,
you've
it's
never
an-
done it.
I have. You just don't hear it.
Not as much as John then, because John does it a lot. Let me think. What else? Tuesday mornings.
Shut up. Taco Bell's.
Taco
I see-
Bell. Make
Chick-fil-A's.
deers.
Chick-fil-A's.
Well, I don't do it that badly, but okay.
Subways.
Yeah, no, I don't do it that badly.
Domino.
But I do it
or
sometimes.
Domino.
Well,
It's Domino's. It's
Yeah, and
Domino's.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and that's even better, because sometimes when it does have an S, he just doesn't include it. He's like Domino or whatever. Domino pizza or whatever. It just sounds fucking dry for some reason. McDonald's. Or he's like Burger Kings. Like there's like it's a gay relationship or something. Burger Kings.
They have the meat.
Oh no! I guess John's married to the Burger King.
Ew.
John, all right, serious question, John. Would you rather wake up drunk next to Ronald McDonald or Burger King?
I know what John's gonna say.
He's gonna say Wendy for Wendy's.
No, he's gonna say 3-way
4-way with Wendy
with
from
Wendy.
Breaking Bad.
Oh! Yeah, nice try, buddy. That doesn't work this time. You can Wendy's nuts from Ronald McDonald, bud. You can get his McNuggets, bud.
Oh hell.
Oh.
Lenny's more of the Arby's guy. He's more in the Arby's.
Ew.
Honestly,
I've
here's
never-
the thing with Arby's. I like Arby's, but here's the
Never had.
catch. It's like I'm so picky when it comes to eating meat. Like I don't eat beef. I prefer not to eat pork.
Lenny's more of a hot dogs guy.
No, I actually don't like hot dogs
He's
unless
a
they're-
And
complete
bananas.
I don't like hot
And
dogs.
any dick flavored food. And shaped
No,
food.
the only meat I will eat is
I
chicken.
just realized why I said dick flavored food. Oh hell no.
The
Oh,
only-
no.
The only meat I will eat without hesitation is chicken.
What kind though?
Um,
You know exactly
grilled-
what to say. So Popeyes, okay, gotcha. So
I've never been to a Popeyes actually.
you're missing out, dude.
Jesus
Popeyes,
Christ, you're
Popeyes is
missing
so
out.
good.
Well, I don't eat out much, so.
I mean, I've only been to Arby's like
Oh, and
twice.
turkey. I like turkey.
Well, who doesn't like turkey? Come on, Thanksgiving after all.
Ew.
But
What
here's
is
the
wrong
catch.
with you?
No.
I don't eat
I'll
turkey.
support John in one area only. This, I like turkey, but I don't like it when it's like on Thanksgiving when they just bake the whole damn turkey. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah, I don't like that. But
Why? 'Cause
sliced
is it too
turkey
dry
on-
for you?
Not even too dry. It's just
It's just
so inconvenient.
Now,
Yeah.
here's a question for you. Did you put gravy on it?
Yeah, I don't like gravy.
What? Oh my God,
Yeah,
Lenny,
okay.
come on.
No,
I get
Lenny.
if you don't like Brussels sprouts or like
Oh, I like Brussels sprouts. They're
or,
I like the
what's it
bitterness
called?
of them.
or like
like
certain
Brussels.
parts of stuffing or whatever, because that's what
Oh,
I
I
don't
hate
like.
stuffing.
See, all right. Well, I love turkey and stuffing, so in both of y'all's face, that makes my Thanksgiving, and of course, I love bread with it. But
With
But
wanna hear
Thanksgiving,
what
I
I
like
eat on-
I like half of what's in Thanksgiving, and the other half I just don't like. I have to pick apart the Thanksgiving or fucking what's it called, stuffing in the pieces. Like the
You
bread
know what
part, I
my-
really
you
like
know
that.
What my ideal. This is my ideal Thanksgiving plate. Is you have ham. Because weirdly enough, I will eat ham, but not like standard pork for some reason, including bacon. Yeah, sadly.
What do you mean, including bacon? Everyone loves bacon.
I love
I
bacon.
I prefer turkey bacon. I'll be honest. But
Lenny, that's
Go to
basically vegan bacon.
and then
Yeah, go
let's see here.
Nah, you gotta get out of here now. You're banned,
yeah.
son.
You have ham.
Good.
My ideal Thanksgiving plate. You have the ham, like honey glazed ham, mashed potatoes. You got either macaroni salad or potato salad.
God
you
damn
got
it,
a-
Tata.
What's wrong with potato salad?
No. I
dickhead?
can. No. I'm siding with Lenny on that one. I'm not like the biggest fan of it, but I can respect it.
And
though.
here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's the thing. My great aunt though, she makes a mean macaroni salad. It is delicious
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, that.
because
and-
it's not that store bought shit. She makes it herself.
Wait. Krush, you ever had macaroni salad?
I have. It's good.
Yeah, dude.
Nah,
I
that
thought
shit
it was
slaps.
dude, I've never seen
And
that.
don't forget, you gotta have the buns, like the dinner roll.
Oh.
Oh, and then you gotta have
Yeah,
the dinner
no,
roll
of course, with butter.
with butter. I don't really put butter.
Oh,
on
come
mine.
on, dude. I mean, I
But,
get you don't need to all the time, but if you put it on, it's worth it.
I don't. And then let's
boy.
see here. Oh, green bean casserole.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not really. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not a vegan.
I'm
Lenny is a vegan.
yeah. I'm not a vegan, but here's the weird thing with me is I just like more vegetables than I do meat.
Wait,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
more,
fuck
ramen
that,
noodles.
fuck that shit,
this
man.
happened. This happened this week actually. So my dad, when he made his standard curry, haha, make jokes. But he he made pork instead of chicken, like he normally does, and I was pretty much just eating rice, beans, and cauliflower.
Do
I
you
was
just
eating
not like pork?
vegetarian.
Like, does it not taste good, or is it like, I don't know, you shit a brick out or something if you eat it?
It's neither none of the above.
Well, why is it
Like
then?
I don't dislike pork. It's just I don't want to eat it.
Even bacon though, like that's a serious like ball kicker, dude. I'm gonna be honest. Like
I know,
bacon
but
is
the
amazing
thing
on
is,
everything, including ice cream.
Huh?
I know it is, but it's like
What do you
I don't
mean,
know.
huh?
I'm just so
Wait, wait,
conscious
wait, wait.
about my health, if that makes sense.
No, John. I don't know if it was Burger King or like Wendy's, but like some restaurant a while ago, they had like this. It was on the Angry Grandpa show. I remember they had a video about this, but there was like ice cream that had bacon in it, and I can't remember where it was from. I want to say it was Wendy's, but I can't say for sure because you know Wendy's has that baconator shit, and they had bacon in ice cream, and dude, that shit it looked like it slapped, man. So I'd be down eating bacon in
IRL
ice cream.
podcast. We're gonna make John eat bacon and ice cream.
John, that actually sounds pretty good. Like I would do that.
As long as the bacon is turkey, I would.
But here's the catch: me and Lenny make the ice cream by hand.
No.
Okay, now you're making it gay. Okay.
What do you mean I'm making it gay? I'm thinking about like more of, you know, a hair cake type of ice cream or whatever. You know?
The
Like,
way
well,
you made it sound was so bad.
what do you mean? I'm talking about like we'll make the ice cream or whatever.
Think
God
about
damn.
it. very carefully
I
on
know
what you said.
exactly what you're talking about, but it's not like that, you gay bastard. This man
Yeah,
needs
just-
to get his head out.
Oh, hey, Tim, that was Burger King.
Oh, yeah, I figured it was one of them. Lenny, come on! You motherfucker.
I'm, go-
You
Yeah,
gay
I'm going
son
to
of a
full
bitch.
tone.
Alright,
I'm going to full tone after
But
this
yeah,
podcast.
that's the big thing with it. It's just I'm just so conscious about my health that I just don't eat. I prefer not to eat certain things. And beef though, like the reason I don't eat beef is I grew up. My grandparents are Hindu, so I'm kind of just used to not eating beef.
well, Lenny, I'm just
Wait,
saying you're
wait,
missing
wait.
out, though, because beef is one of the greatest creations that has ever plagued well, not just the U.S., but the fucking world. Especially on
Yeah,
4th
yeah.
of July, dude, a nice cheeseburger. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Lenny,
and ribs.
Call me a vegan, but
You're
on
a
4th
vegan.
of July I always get a veggie patty.
You're a literal vegan. That's...
Hey,
I
No,
can't
that
be
is
vegan 'cause I eat
disgusting.
eggs. Well, actually, I also don't like eggs.
Like my
very much.
boy
Lenny,
Ron
you
know,
Swanson
that's
said, basically eating fish meat or egg meat or whatever, that's basically
Egg
vegan.
meat?
Yep. Egg meat.
But
I mean,
Ron
do you
eats
celebrate-
eggs and literally just eats a shit ton of eggs.
I know, but he also eats a whole bunch of meats.
True.
Lenny, do you celebrate Ramadan?
No, I'm not Muslim.
Lenny's not Muslim. Well,
Shit.
wait, you're not Lenny?
No, I'm not.
Damn. That,
Ow.
that brings up so many questions now.
John, did you really believe that freaking Hinduism had Ramadan?
No, shut up.
I bet John also was like, you know what? I bet the whole West Coast is L.A.
He did. There's the
Yep,
catch.
I know. And then there was something else that he said as well. Didn't John say something like he said something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. Didn't you say something like New York isn't part of the U.S. or something? I'm trying to remember.
No.
I can't remember what he said, but it was something like that. Poor John, though. I want to see John say that shit in like geography
I remember
class.
I remember when I first met him, he was like, I don't consider Nepal part of Asia, even though it's literally right underneath China.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Even though it's like smack dead underneath China. It's bordering China.
Wait, I know what I'm thinking of. No, this is what I was thinking of. So there's one time where John was telling us a story. He may have said it on the podcast, but I don't remember. But he was talking about how his cousin was playing Flight Simulator, and
Oh.
and he set the date like I don't know why you can.
September 11th,
Listen, I don't know.
2001.
I don't know how the game devs don't see this happening. Come on, dude. This is obviously
They
going to happen.
did, and they ban you for it.
Apparently, if you set your Flight Simulator date while in the game to 9/11, and you know that date, then you apparently get auto banned, which is pretty retarded. I don't know why.
No.
Oh no.
Here's the thing: you can set it to that date. Just you get banned if you hit the towers,
Yeah.
It's so stupid, dude.
and that's what John did. He flew it into the tower.
No. But then what happened was after John said that story, we had Lester in chat at the time, and Dylan's like, I don't get how that warrants a ban. And he said something like, what does 9/11 and airplanes have in common? Asking it as a genuine question or something.
Dylan was like, "Hey, can you not make jokes about 9/11, man? My great grandfather died in it. Yeah, it's a sad story. The Middle East lost a great pilot that day."
Holy shit. Big F in the chat for Lester's great grandfather or whoever the hell Lenny's talking about.
Oh, you want to hear one funny story? And this is kind of what John's asking me if I celebrate Ramadan. Like this reminded me of that. So usually when my mom goes out, I usually go with her because I'm literally her only kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she goes to my aunt's or something, I'm usually with her. My great aunt, she turned to me and was like, "Do you follow your mom around because in your father's culture, women can't be out of the house by themselves?" And I looked at her, I was like, "No, he's not Muslim."
I would
like,
be like,
no.
yes. I would just say
I was
yes.
Well, she's my great aunt. I'm not gonna say yes and then have her like chew my dad out. Instead, I was like, no. I follow her because she's my mom.
Bro, that sounds like the funniest argument to ever be made. Of course I would say yes, dude.
You want to hear the funniest argument?
She's like, oh my god, you think women don't have rights? Yes. I'm kidding.
So this happened at Thanksgiving, funny enough. And she was talking about how my great-grandmother, I'll just call her Granny because that's what we used to call her, and it's not her name.
Mm-hmm.
But Granny, my great aunt, she was saying, "Oh yeah, Granny used to take pictures of me and your grandfather and the rest of us because there was like 4 of them in total. I think 4. I don't know how many in total, but I know there was my great aunt, my grandfather, and then I know of one other, but I don't know. I think there might be a 4th, but and they became the 4th one kind of became infamous. But Granny, she used to take pictures of them, and my dad looks at her and goes, "They had cameras back then?" And she
Dude, your
gave
dad
him
is
such
savage.
No, he was asking a genuine question. Like he wasn't joking. He was actually curious.
That's funny, dude.
Damn.
That's
Because
funny as shit.
So the country he grew up in, Nepal, I remember this. He said they didn't even get the home telephone until he was a teenager.
Dude.
No, until my aunt was a teenager. My dad was like 10-ish, give or take, almost 10.
Damn.
And then my aunt was in her teens at the time, and they just got the telephone in their house at that point. So they were very far behind on technology. They had my dad, when he was really young, they had the radio, and then they got a projector instead of a TV. Then they had a projector instead of a TV, and then eventually they got the TV.
Damn, dude. Yeah, imagine if we had to grow up like that. I mean, Lenny, you're not that much younger than us, but when we grew up, I mean, me and John, I don't know if, John, you can relate to this, but when I was growing up, until I was like 10 years old, I mean, I didn't have a phone. I had the typical home computer that was located in, like, the center of the house near our kitchen, and pretty much growing up, I only had like, what's it called? I think a PSP. Yeah, PSP. I had some kind of other little handheld, not console, but just a system to play Tetris on, basically. And I would play Tarzan on our family computer. That's all we had. But
I am. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say though that that's still a big leap from when your dad was a kid to when I was a kid, and it just seems crazy. I can't imagine growing up with that type of shit. And then meanwhile, there's kids in third world countries I would kill for that. Goddamn.
Yeah. Oh. I'm trying to think of
John,
Oh,
what
yeah,
was it?
when I was
John,
a
did
kid,
you
I remember you want to know what gaming console I grew up with? Even I might only be slightly younger than you, but I never had a PSP. I had a Wii. I had the original Wii.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chalk that up into saying that you're 4 years younger than me, so you have,
You're a little kid. Long story short, you're a
dude,
little
shut
kid.
the fuck up. You're a little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know when the Wii. I can't remember when the Wii came out, but I'm not gonna lie though. The Wii, that was a pretty good thing to grow up with. John, you had a Wii too, right? So
Hold on. What year did the
Dude.
iPhone come out?
Dude.
I'm gonna Google this real quick. What year did the iPhone come out?
Which iPhone?
The first one.
2006 or 2005.
I don't know none of that shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, I was a spoiled kid. I've had every console.
Oh my gosh, I was 3 years old when the iPhone came out.
Goddamn.
Krush was 6.
Dude, my first phone, I had
Wait, no, you were 7. My bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, for your age gap, so. But yeah, dude, my first phone, I had a flip phone, dude, and, bruh, if
I did.
You didn't? Yeah, of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. John, I'm guessing you didn't either. You probably had the screen phone, non-flip phone.
Well, granted, my first ever phone, I'm pretty sure I still have it in a drawer somewhere. It wasn't one of those flip phones. It was one of those slide ones.
Yeah,
like you
no.
slide it out to have a keyboard.
Yeah, no, that like a BlackBerry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Nah, I never had that. Well, I never had that type. I went from having a flip phone from my middle school years until, well, pretty much the end of my middle school years, and then I finally got a Droid Razor. I think it was a Droid Razor, and that was my first ever screen phone. And yeah, it didn't have that little keypad, which I actually wanted a keypad, but I was happy though with it because at the time, all I even wanted was just a camera on like the phone that, I wanted. I wasn't asking for anything big. So when I got that shit, dude, oh boy.
Yeah,
I spent so much time on Angry Birds and like a bunch of random games on the Play Store, and I was just playing that shit all the fucking time, dude. Clash of Clans, that was another one. At least when it came out. I don't know if it came out then or if it was a year later, but yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that was a major game changer when I got a non-flip phone when I was in 8th grade.
I remember. I'm gonna sound so young again. I had the slide phone up until 5th grade, and then when I went into middle school, I got my first ever smartphone. And that was an iPhone 5S.
Oh my god, you poor thing. How did you ever survive until then?
Well, I went from an iPhone 5S to an iPhone 6S, and now I have a 10. Now I have an XR. I have an XR.
I went from the Razor.
I'm pretty sure, maybe sooner or later, I think me and my mom are thinking of getting iPhone 14s.
I went from the Razor then to another phone, the S10. Was my second to last one, I think, and now I'm at the S20, I think. I don't remember, but something like that. Which the S20, bro, it's great, but the operating system is fucked up right now. And it has a bunch of errors that it needs to fix. It's basically the Madden right now with smartphones. It's just not good, so yeah.
The Madden of smartphones.
Yeah, or like the Fallout 76, dude. It's filled with a bunch of
That's
OS.
Even better.
No, it's even worse. Or I don't know, maybe it is better. I don't know. Both are shitty games, but yeah, my last phone, I mean, the one I have right now, it's just kind of glitchy, but it's still a good phone though. It gets bigger every time too. John, what about you? Because I had when I was growing up, we've talked about this I think before, but I had a Nintendo DS growing up as well, a little later down the line, and I never really had a Wii until I bought the Wii U. I never really had anything you'd plug into a TV growing up. I mainly just had a shitty laptop I would play Minecraft on. I had the DS, well, a few DSs, because I broke one of them by accident from being a dumbass. Dropped it down the stairs and then blamed on my brother. And,
yeah, at least you had a sibling to blame it on.
or I could just be like, it was Lenny's fault. And then my family's like, who the hell is Lenny? Is that like our secret son we never knew about? And I'll be like, yeah, he lives in Oregon. And then, then Lenny gets punished.
Your dad had Lenny on his secret affair on a business trip or some shit.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude, no, he did not pull a Lester B. My dad did not take the condom off halfway.
I'm sorry, I just had to.
Besides with me, probably, but yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna disclose who this is because she would kill me if I did. One of the people.
John.
It was yeah. Let's go with John. She was a genuine accident. Like, her mom was on birth control, her mom was on birth control using spermicidal lube, and her father was wearing a condom, and she still got pregnant.
Poor
and
John.
Even then,
Man.
they thought she was a tumor for a while, and then they went into doctors to get it looked at, and they're like, no, you're pregnant. No.
She's like, no, doctor, this has to be an accident. My eating, I'm just basically eating so much. It's like a mukbang every day. Please tell me that's why I'm getting fat. I'm not pregnant. No. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to disclose who that is, but she would kill me otherwise. But
We already know who it is.
it's not.
It's Lenny.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I actually asked my parents if I was an accident. I'm not kidding. I asked my parents if I was an accident, and they're like, "No, we kind of wanted a kid."
Bro,
like, we wanted a
I
kid.
could never ask that. I wouldn't be. You'll be damned if I ever asked my family that. That's just a disaster.
I was
still-
made
oh my-
I was made during the honeymoon.
Oh God, dude.
Because 9 months later, boom.
Bro, I could never
Yeah,
ask that.
well.
That shit, it just must be awkward as hell. So, Mom, Dad, when did you decide to have me? My dad's like, I took it off halfway. My bad.
Like, yeah, so Tim, I was going down your mom, right? And I was so
Jesus
high, I took
Christ,
it off
dude.
halfway.
God,
So I
dude.
was so high, I took it off halfway. That's also how your brother and sister were made, man.
Thanks, Lenny, for putting that mental image in my head. Really needed that. 10 out of 10, dude.
Any day.
Listen. At least, all right. As bad as that is, at least I never had to experience, like walking in on my
my
parents or anything like that, like Lenny did.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
John, has that ever happened to you?
Okay, hold on.
Thank God, no.
Can I
No.
please tell
Yeah,
some stories?
yeah, go for it. Go for it.
There was one time I was sitting downstairs. It was summer, so I stayed up late. I was watching TV, and I kept hearing creaking above me because above the living room is my parents' bedroom in my house in the blueprint. The master bedroom's right above the living room, and I kept hearing creaking, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" Because it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. They had work the next morning, and I was hearing creaking. And at first, I was like, "Oh yeah, just one of them walking," and then it kept going for like a minute, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then Lenny, poor little Lenny, was probably like, I bet they're having a pillow fight or something like
No,
that,
I was-
jumping on the bed.
Bitch, I was 15 at the time. I knew damn well what they were
Like
doing.
I said, little Lenny.
So what I did was I grabbed a broom, hit the ceiling so they heard it, and I was like, "Will you shut the hell up?"
Oh my God, dude.
I literally tapped the ceiling, and then immediately after I yelled that, it stopped.
Bruh, dude, that
They were pissed the next morning.
dude, you wanna know what that reminds me of? My coworker, he used to have so in his house, he moved to his basement like 2 years ago or whatever, which that sounds so stupid. But listen,
After you're done, I have another story that if my parents ever watch this podcast, they're gonna kill me.
all right, John, we need to make sure that this is sent out to Lenny's fam, okay? But anyway, but listen, dude, that reminds me of something my coworker once did. He used to live right, like his room in his parents' house used to be right next to his parents' bedroom, and it was kind of like a Lester B situation. The walls were paper thin. And he would struggle going to bed so often because he would just hear, well, that next door. And he'd be like, hey, man, I'm trying to sleep or watch porn. Keep it down. And every time he would hear that or it would keep him up, he would just start knocking. He's like, hey, man, on the wall. He'd be like, hey, man, I'm trying to sleep. Shut up or whatever. And it got to the point where he literally knew every time, like there was a pattern he saw whenever it was about to stop. So that's how he'd know when to get them to stop or whatever, which, oh my God, I just could never picture myself in that situation. And then every time he would be up the next day, he would purposely, to try and, bring his parents to shame or whatever, he would confront them. He's like, hey, man, you guys kept me up all night. And then his parents would just get really mad at him because, that's how he was. But I can picture that Lenny doing that shit. Lenny just could not sleep. He starts pounding on the door. He's like, everyone can hear you. Shut up. Keep it down.
Well, here's the thing. There was one time they literally locked their bedroom door, and I couldn't. What happened was I needed to use the bathroom, and I just wanted to be such an asshole because I could hear them on the other side of the door. So I literally grabbed the key to the door and unlocked it and just walked in.
Dude! What the hell?
Jesus
I did, then just went straight to the bathroom.
Bro,
it's like a massive dump.
Aren't you worried that you'll see something in there? Like if you just barge in like that? Because
I don't care.
I think you would care very much.
Bro, I've walked on them at least 3 times.
I don't know how you're so subtle about it. Dude, that would be one of the worst things to ever happen to me.
This is one story. Oh my gosh, this is what happened, I think, 2 years ago. And I know Krush has heard this story, but not John. We were moving around my bedroom. We were rearranging my bedroom a bit, and Krush might know where I'm going with this.
Oh, I know where he's going.
You tell me.
Wait, just let him tell it. Just let him tell it.
So,
I love this story.
What happened was we moved my bed, and a condom fell out. And I looked to my mom. I was like, Mom, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I've heard this.
I was yelling the F word, and what happened at the time was she was looking at me and her face goes bright. She's like, so, she stammers.
This is yours.
No. She stammers and then looks at me. So, when you were younger, and when you were younger and you wouldn't sleep in your bedroom sometimes, nightmares exist. And kids, they're like, Mom, I had a nightmare. You know that shit?
Yeah.
When I would do
exactly.
that, I would do that, and they'd say, when you did that and me and your father had the mood, we would do it on your bed.
She's like, hey, buddy, listen, now that you know,
literally,
we have to tell you something, okay?
Literally.
Hey, buddy, this is where you should find out that you were an accident.
The worst part about it was my dad, he literally walked the mute because I yelled the F word, and he was like, hey, watch your lane. I was like, Dad, explain to me what that was. He looked and goes, up. Not even kidding. He starts stammering. He's like, he starts laughing. He's like, I need to keep an eye on you. I'm like, you think that's mine? I was like, you think this is fucking mine? What the hell do you think?
I don't know, Lenny. Maybe it was yours, and maybe you just forgot.
It wasn't mine. So I literally yelled at my parents to pick it up. I was yelling at them because I wasn't touching it. And my dad, he was like, I'm not touching it. I'm like, it was on your dick. You touch it. You're gonna pick it up and you're gonna throw that shit away. And he was like, no, I'm not. So my mom, being the bigger man than my dad, literally picks it up and throws it in the trash can. I'm like, all right, now congrats. You get to take this trash can down.
Well, John, or not John, Lenny, let me just tell you something, okay? If you're ever in that situation again, I know somebody who loves to clean up after certain people named John. So
I'll
he'll
fly him out
gladly,
here.
yeah, he'll gladly take care of that problem for you, and you will never have to worry
Oh,
about it again. John knows exactly what I'm talking about.
And then you had Henry. When I told him this story, y'all know what his answer to it was?
What?
Forbidden milkshake. For
what?
think
Huh.
about it.
My question though is,
God.
how did it take you that long to find it? Like, do you never clean your bed or something? Like,
I
or never
do,
clean
but it was
underneath
like
the bed?
so no, it wasn't underneath the bed. It was literally like stuck in the bed frame, and when we moved the bed frame, it fell out.
Oh my lord.
Jesus Christ.
It was
Alright.
like in the bed frame, and then when we took apart my bed, like we actually removed the comforter and the mattress and everything, it fell out.
Yeah, I guess now I can kind of get why you would just barge in on your parents when they're doing, the deed or whatever, or the stuff you don't want to see, just to get revenge on them. Right?
Then there's time. Then there's this is how close me and my family are. At this point, it's literally just like my mom would be like, "Hey, don't come in here. We're doing the thing," and I'm like, "All right."
And then Lenny just walks in anyway. He's like, "Hey, I need to use the bathroom." It's like Patrick in that one SpongeBob episode with Squidward. "I really need to use your bathroom." And then Lenny's mom is just like, "Use the other one. I really need to go."
What's funny is like my parents' bedroom. There's a bathroom right next to my bedroom too.
And you're purposely an ass, and you're just like, "I need to use this one. There's more toilet
Yep.
paper, or it smells better." Not after
Not
I'm
even-
using it, but it right now.
Well, here's the thing: I would use it and then just not turn on the fan.
And leave the door
So-
open.
Yep, and it just radiates.
Yeah, that's exactly
Dude.
what your folks want to hear when they're
Dude,
doing it. You just leave them behind a nice present, Lenny.
dude, I always turn the
Hey, at
fan
least I
on.
had the courtesy to flush.
Dude, I always leave the fan on. There's some, it makes a noise, so they don't really hear that much because you don't have the fan on. Once you rip a big one, you know how that sounds like.
Yeah. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. You want to cover your tracks, especially if you're over someone else's house. And you.
Oh, if I'm over at someone else's house, I'll turn on the fan. I'll do whatever.
Dude,
But if
I'll
I'm at
play
my own
YouTube.
house, I'm leaving a present. I'm
In the sink.
Dude,
in the trash can.
dude,
In the kitchen bathroom. Wait, in the kitchen bathroom? What?
In your neighbor's kitchen.
dude, I'd literally
Blame it on the dog.
I'd literally play a YouTube video so loud, and the fan on, so they don't hear anything.
Oh, I know
Whenever
what
I'm-
John plays.
porn.
John plays a whole bunch of ASMR moaning in the bathroom. He's like, maybe if I make them think I'm doing something else in here, they won't suspect a thing.
No.
Oh my! Hey, you want to hear a story from Christmas about how oblivious my dad can be sometimes?
Let's hear it.
Geez, let's hear it.
Okay, so I was plastered on Christmas for context.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, no, I was like drunk beyond belief. My mom had to help me into bed. I was so drunk. But I cleaned up the best I could anyway. Walked up the stairs and fell going up the stairs.
So you're
I-
basically like Joe Biden trying to get up the stairs.
Yeah, but instead I managed to catch myself somehow. And I fell on the stairs. My dad just like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry about me." I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about me." I was talking
Don't
like that.
worry about it.
And to this day, he still doesn't know I was drunk on Christmas.
I don't know how he doesn't know that.
Have you ever gotten drunk
Oh my, okay, there was
in front of
one.
your parents?
This is my dad. This is a story about my dad of him pulling a Lester B, and you'll know why in a second. You know those giant cans of Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Yeah.
He had one, and then he walked into my parents' room. So what happened was I was watching TV in there with my mom because every bedroom has TV in my house. But what happened was
Someone living the lavish lifestyle, huh?
he walked in there after drinking that and he was like, "Hey, insert my mom's name. Hey, the room is spinning."
Hey, that's what I've said too.
Yeah, but he drank one can.
One? What?
One can.
That's like some Lester B numbers, dude.
Exactly.
What? How do you get drunk off of... Dude, no, even Lester, he didn't even get drunk off of one beer. He would just throw it. Like, you know, straight throw up. Which that's bad too, but like,
Well,
that's
here's
not
the
as
thing,
bad
my
as getting
dad,
drunk though.
I know, but my dad, he doesn't drink it much at all.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, what percent is Mike's Hard? It can't be over 15 or 16 or 17 even.
No, it's like 5%, maybe 5% at max.
I don't know what to say, bro. That's like, oh, God, dude.
And then you have me and my mom where we literally on not even on holidays, but sometimes if she buys like there's a specific type of liquor she'll buy once in a while, and literally while my dad's watching TV and my mom are just taking shots in the kitchen.
Bro, I'll drink down the whole table. I don't care. Yeah, if y'all have seen the movie Indiana Jones, the first one, if you know the bar scene at the very beginning of the movie with Marion and the other dude having a drink off, that's basically me right there, okay? Like, I can put him down. John, did you have a question for me?
No, yeah. Have you ever gotten drunk in front of your parents?
No,
I
they
have.
don't. No, my family doesn't drink. I don't really drink that much. I drink like maybe 4 times a year, 6 times at the very most. But it's usually every couple of months I'll have a drink or whatever, or if it's like a special occasion or whatever. But I'm more into like edibles, I would say, if anything.
Then you had me in high school. I was drinking 1 to 2 drinks a night.
Jeez.
You are a good alcoholic, buddy. You're dedicated to the craft.
No, I just grew up with my mother grew up in a German household because she herself is German, and I'm not saying her maiden last name here, but if you know
I
it,
can't
she was
imagine
German.
why.
Yeah, no, but she's German. My great grandmother, I'm calling her Granny again, Granny, that person.
Mm-hmm.
She grew up English is her second language. Her main language was German. But yeah, no, she's straight German. When she grew up, she drank. She drank growing up too. And your Krush is gonna get a laugh out of this story too. Actually, you will too, John. You know how when kids play, they have like those little teacups and they like put like juice and stuff in them?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And they're having like a little tea party or whatever.
Yeah, me and my cousin, and I'm not gonna say her name, but me and my cousin, when we do that when we were like 3, 4, maybe 5, we had beer in them. Yeah, not.
Now that's a tea party.
We had beer in them. Like my grandfather he would always have a Coors Light on him, and he would literally pour it into the teacup and be like, "All right, here you go."
God damn.
Lenny, we should have a tea party like that at some point.
Deal. We'll invite John.
No.
Dude, John is the best drinker. Dude, he put down 10 shots in 10 minutes at one point. John likes that bukkake too, right, John?
No. Oh.
But
I bet Lenny, when he was drinking all that liquor, he probably filled a water bottle up with the liquor and would bring it to school and just start drinking it. He's like, "Gotta stay hydrated," and then takes a hit.
No, I wouldn't. I have gone to school hungover, but I've never been drunk in school yet.
Why did you say that on a low-pitched voice?
Yeah, why am I saying that? I've gone to school hungover, but I've never gone to school drunk.
Hey man, your teacher's not watching the podcast.
Nor have I. Well, they wouldn't care anyway. But I've never been drunk in school.
I mean, yeah, me neither. I've never been drunk
Someone
or
has
high.
offered me. There has been a time where I've actually been offered alcohol okay, so there's one person I went to school with named Angelina, and this girl had a full liquor bar in her locker.
What a baller!
Not even. And
That's
I
pretty
remember,
badass.
I wasn't friends with her, but I was like acquaintances, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what happened was it was finals week, and she looked at me and she's like, "Oh, hey Lenny, you look like hell. You want a drink?"
And that's why you say yes to alcohol, kids.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was that? Did you fart?
I burped.
Oh.
But no, like this is one thing that shocks a lot of people. I'm Asian, yes, but oh boy,
Oh my
am I not
God.
I'm Asian, but I'm not a lightweight.
Yeah, I can verify
Like
that.
I was not even blackout. Like on Christmas, I wasn't blackout at all, and you know how much I drank?
Probably quite a bit.
3 bottles.
Damn, dude.
So I beat Krush.
You beat me?
Yeah, because you got blackout after two.
Yeah,
2
but
pints. I had 3 full bottles.
yeah, but that was also during a time when I didn't drink for like who knows how long. My tolerance was at the absolute zero.
Dang.
All right, well,
Actually, that's a lie. Literally, Christmas Eve, I drank another bottle with my mom.
all right. I bet me and Lenny are gonna have to have a drink off then at some point.
I remember even my
Do you
cousin's
accept Lenny?
Yes, my
Hell yeah.
cousin's 18th birthday party. I remember that there was. She was having shots in her kitchen because I was over at my aunt's house due to wildfires in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, she looks at me, and goes, "Hey Lenny, you wanna take a shot?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I do." And literally, she gives me the shot glass full of Jack, and I just down it. And she's like, "You don't want to chase?"
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
"No."
buddy.
Literally, she gives me a shot glass full of Jack, and I just down it. And she's like,
Nice.
"No chaser," and I'm like, "Nope, not needed."
All right, fair enough.
Big love.
I got that.
Look, here's the thing with me: when I shoot, I shoot. I don't need no damn chaser. I'm not a bitch.
Mm-hmm. I
Not a
got that.
bitch. My chaser's another shot.
You want to know something that's even well? You're talking about hard liquor, but at least you didn't do what I did and look up, a liquor recipe on Reddit for an
Irish
Irish
coffee.
coffee. That was the worst mistake ever. That's how I wasted a whole bottle, y'all, or almost a whole bottle. Let me just tell you
Well,
this, all right?
you did that, and I literally am in the kitchen like I'm a mixologist, and then make literally the shit cocktail with like 4 different drinks, and it just tastes like absolute asshole. And yet I still like, because it tastes so bad. Instead of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw it out. No, what do I do on those nights? I just chuck it.
Well, bud, there's been a few moments. It's not just that I was talking about. There was one time when I was at a party a couple years ago, like I was already drunk and so stoned. And what happens when a whole bunch of people that are stoned and drunk get together? More stupid shit
They
happens.
eat.
Okay. Well, yeah, but more stupid shit happens. Okay. So it was like we were in like a laboratory, like fucking Dr. Nefario's laboratory from Despicable Me or something like that. We were cooking up some fine liquor delicacies, okay? And we mixed like a whole
Yeah.
bunch of Jack, Fireball,
Cooked
vodka,
bastards.
and a whole bunch of
Cooked
other
bastards.
liquor inside a Gatorade bottle. And it was like the most ratchet thing ever. And then dude, because we were like drunk and high, we both didn't care like who drank out of it. So, bruh, this was so nasty. This was so disgusting. But we all took a hit of that from the Gatorade bottle. And dude, it was like hot from the Fireball, but the flavor was the weirdest thing ever. I can't describe it to this day. But all that we were able to describe was that it tasted like fiery piss. And that's what the name of it was. And we started passing it around like a bunch of Asians passing around sushi at lunch, which I'm not being racist. That's actually
Ugh.
what happened. That's what happened in middle school, okay? That's what happened quite a bit. Lenny was probably part of that mix too with John.
Ew.
Dude,
I
I'm
love
not.
sushi,
I'm not.
so-
I'm not kidding though. That's what
I love
happened
sushi.
in middle school. I saw a bunch of Asian kids passing around sushi, taking a bite out of it. So
Yeah, no, I can't eat. I wish I was part of that group. I love sushi. I love sushi.
let me just tell you this though: fiery piss, that shit gets you moving, and it gets you to black out. Trust me, I know. And then the Reddit recipe,
Krush,
I mixed a whole
I have
bunch
an
of.
idea.
Wait, hold on. I mixed hot coffee with milk, sugar. It was like fucking the Powerpuff Girls, sugar, spice, and everything nice, except for me, it was
Oh,
slug
God.
snails and puppy dog tails in this liquor formula. The formula. But, bro, like, whatever type of formula I was cooking, it was basically on tier with Cookstyle's 36 or Plankton's Chum Bucket recipe, okay? Because when I drank that, I have never tasted something more putrid or foul in my life. It was the worst thing I think I've ever, drank. It just, it was like hot, but so unbearable. It was just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just ratchet. It's like drinking liquid dirt or something like that, except it has no flavor, but it just has the weirdest aftertaste ever. It just, I don't know, it's like eating a bad piece of ass or something. I can't even describe it. But long story short, kids, don't look up recipes on Reddit. I guarantee even if the guy's name is Gordon Ramsay typing it, that's probably not the real Gordon Ramsay, okay? I learned the hard way, man. My life hasn't been the same since.
Biggie Cheese is typing.
Biggie Cheese is typing.
Okay, so, Krush,
Yeah.
drink off, make fiery piss, 2 of them, Gatorade bottles.
Listen, here's the thing, though. The secret formula is so secret that nobody knows because it was made by a bunch of drunk people a couple years ago. So how we're gonna make it, Lenny, is
We'll get John drunk.
we get John drunk, and then he's the bartender, and he'll pour the drinks inside the Gatorade bottles, whatever is up to him. We'll be like, surprise me, okay? Surprise me.
Oh, this is what I'm imagining. You're gonna say that, and he's gonna walk up to the bartender like, I can't take your order. Boom, and he falls backwards into the glasses.
Hey man, that's not cool.
And then, but he's like super drunk at this point. He's like, I think you ordered this, and he's passing us the Gatorade bottle, but then he drops it and it spills on the floor. And then, but Lenny, because Lenny's such an alcoholic, Lenny will just start licking it off the floor, though.
Even in high school, my friends called me an alcoholic.
I'm so
And now-
proud.
They called me an alcoholic, but here's the thing: I'm not one. Here's the only reason they called me that was because I would drink more than they would, because their parents didn't allow them to drink. Period.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yet me in my own home, if I wanted to crack open a beer with dinner with my mom, I can damn well do it.
No, alcoholics
Or if
are.
if I wanted a cocktail, I could literally make a cocktail with like, I can get a Mike's Hard Lemonade and put freaking whiskey in it and for dinner, and my parents wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know if y'all have ever had legitimate alcoholics in your family or whatever.
I have plenty of them.
But I think I've had a few, but none that I was really super close with. But if you want to see a true alcoholic on YouTube, look up Only Use Me Blade. That dude's a Lolcow, and he's basically a dude that gets paid to drink himself to death. That's one alcoholic, and my coworker's a good second. If you, bruh, I'm honestly tempted, if I can find his old Instagram, to post a few pictures of what he uploads on his Instagram. All you see half the time, and these two have seen his Instagram before I've given it to them. This dude, my coworker, he has dozens of empty bottles in front of him. This dude puts down cases of, like, let's say, I think he does drink Mike's Hard, but he's more of a flying dog, double dog type of dude. It's like 8% beer or something. He puts that whole thing down, dude, and then he'll drink a whole pint of Fireball and more. That's a legit alcoholic. Well, yeah, but that's every night, though, for the last few years.
Never mind.
Maybe not every night, but most nights, okay? And he went from spending, I think, $400 on alcohol to probably $800 now. That's being an alcoholic, all right? It's,
Yeah.
I don't know how people can do that, because here's the thing with me with liquor, though. I don't even like the taste of liquor, but I just like getting drunk or whatever and getting shit-faced, especially if I'm not in a good place, you know? That Lenny kid, though, he seems to like the taste, though, which I'll never understand that.
It depends on what I'm drinking.
Like Jack, for example.
Oh, I love Jack.
Do you like the effects, though, or do you like the flavor? Or both, I guess.
Taste.
You don't like the effects?
I don't like getting drunk.
I don't know how you can like that. I'm gonna be honest. It's just so bitter, dude.
Well, I also like 100% dark chocolate, so...
I like dark chocolate too.
100%?
I mean, I'll eat it, but like I'll eat some of it, but I can't eat like the whole thing probably. I'll eat a little bit though.
Yeah, you have to eat it little by little. Otherwise
Yeah.
it hurts your stomach. But no, I love bitter things. Like, honestly, Jack, I love the taste of Jack. I love sake. Sake is such a bitter drink, and literally, actually, you've been in Discord calls with me where I was playing, like me and you were playing Siege, and remember I was just kept going,
Yeah.
you thought I was like jerking off or something. I don't remember, but no, I
Well,
was just drinking
you probably
sake.
were. Well,
No, I
who's
wasn't.
saying
I was
you're not
drinking
doing
sake.
both?
Me.
What do you
'cause
think, John? You think he was?
I like drinking
Hey,
sake.
you've been
And
stuff
here's the
lately.
thing. And here's the thing with sake. It's very bitter. Like, well, some of it is. The ones that we get here in Oregon is very bitter. And what happens is it's like you drink it, you take one sip, and it's like you have to. It like makes you do that grunt.
Hmm.
But no, I never mixed it. I always just drink that shit straight from the bottle.
Yeah. Now, one
And
thing.
I'll drink. I remember my mom brought me home a bottle of sake because she knows I like it and it was on sale. I'm not even kidding you. Literally in that one Rainbow Six session, Krush, I drank that whole bottle, and you were talking to me just fine. I was not drunk, not even tipsy.
Yeah, bro. One thing that's always confused me about alcohol, which I always find is so fascinating, is just how people can act when they're drinking. Like, some people are really bad alcoholics, alright? Like, I'm sure you've met a few, Lenny, John, possibly. I mean, John,
Yeah,
you know
John-
that Shaolin is kind of a
John in
bad
specific.
alcoholic.
He muted it.
John's getting drunk right now. He's drinking right now. He just doesn't want us to hear it.
He popped open the keg.
But whenever I'm drinking, and what's fascinating to me is, I mean, I've drank quite a bit. I've drank tequila, Jack, Fireball, a whole bunch of beers, Corona Light. I think I've drank
Corona
Flying
Light
Dog.
smells like weed.
Yeah, it smells weird. I don't really like beer, I'm gonna be honest. But what fascinates me, though, is how different drinks can make people act different ways, or they just act totally different when they're drunk. My coworker, I mean, Lenny, do you think that different drinks can bring out different personalities, or do you think that's just because of the mood they're in?
Mood.
Yeah. So, but basically what I'm asking, just so we're crystal clear, is that if someone got drunk off of Fireball alone versus got drunk of Jack alone, you think that's just the mood that they're in that determines...
No. I think it's also the drink, because different ingredients. Because I already know damn well if you get drunk off Fireball, you're going to be very aggressive.
Well, yeah, well... I feel
Compared to
like
just-
that's true. Yeah.
Like, if you get drunk off Fireball, you're going to be aggressive. You're going to be aggressive. But if you get drunk off Jack, you're going to be more simmer.
Yeah, I always found that interesting. For me personally, I mean,
That's why I don't drink Fireball.
I've drank Fireball, but I've never been like aggressive myself. I mean, it's been with other drinks as well, so maybe that has something to do with it, different drinks colliding in your system or whatever. But I've always been pretty mellow in general when it's come to drinking. I've never been an angry alcoholic or anything, but here's the thing with me though, I never do it. I mean, okay, I've done it irresponsible because that's just how I am sometimes.
You're
but
a irresponsible twat.
yeah, the name fits the person. But I've always done it usually when I'm in a good headspace. So maybe that also has something to do with like different personalities. My coworker though, he's an idiot, but like he always is just like, "Hey man, it all depends on what you drink." Like if you drink a certain beer with Fireball or whatever, you could be actually calm, at least for him, and just, you know, hyper or whatever, not angry. But if you drink Fireball with like Jack, for example, or one of the two or something like that,
No, you're going to be punching walls.
Yeah, my coworker is gonna be playing Street Fighter with the toilet, IRL. So
It's going to be like a Pokemon battle. Coworker, use Nightlight. It's super effective.
Coworker, use nightlight. Final. What's it called in Mortal Kombat? Finish him.
Fatality.
And no,
Fatality.
but with my coworker, it's gonna be more like chair fucking simulator. He's like, finish the toilet or whatever, like the Mortal Kombat. And then it's my coworker just being it's my coworker. He's getting the scissors out, and he's like, I was this close, man. I had the scissors right there, man. I was about to circumcise this toilet and myself, man.
No, he's gonna throw the nylon toilet, flush it, and then pull out the scissors. Like, man, it's right there, man.
I don't know how the hell, but my coworker though, he's the prime example of like different, like doing just the dumbest stuff ever while drunk. And I mean he's stupid as a person, but when he's drunk, dude, no, my coworker's on a whole nother level than you. You and him are not the same, bruh. You've done stupid stuff, I've done stupid stuff, but you've never tried to circumcise yourself drunk, give yourself a haircut drunk, go outside almost naked drunk.
All right, true. I have.
He tried to throw a punch at a cop while drunk. He tried to dive out of a car's way while drunk when he was like 6 feet away from it, from like its right side or whatever, far as hell away at least. He's
though, when you're in that condition, it's very hard to tell what's close and what's far.
It can be, but it all depends again on the person as well. Because for me, I'm still able to determine that type of basic, I don't know, common sense, if you want to call it that.
The one thing that's weird is when I'm plastered, my brain still encodes.
Yeah, and even when I'm stoned too, like I've never been like that before. When I'm stoned, dude, I will like hallucinate sometimes and see stuff, but it's never on that level though.
You said that, and I'm sitting here like I would hope so, because weed is a hallucinogen.
It can be, in my opinion, at least from personal experience, because I've gotten so high where it's not even like a hallucination. It's more like, which I don't know if you'll call this a hallucination. Don't consider, what I consider a hallucination is, let me quote something my friend told me, okay? And you'll know who this guy is, but I won't say him just because I respect him. But my friend told me once when he was on LSD that he had this Dragon Ball poster with Goku in it. And if you don't know who Goku is or any of those guys, you can look it up. But it's a pretty big character, though. And it's in a painting or a picture or whatever. And he took acid. And then what happened was the Goku in that picture jumped out of the picture, sat on his couch, and started talking to him. And they had a conversation about life or something. That is what I consider a hallucination. But what I've experienced while like super stoned and out and about in my neighborhood specifically, just walking around like, oh, this would be a great idea. Let's walk around high off my ass on Halloween night. Nothing else bad could happen here. Anyway, but
this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
I don't know why, but I felt like I was talking like Goofy or whatever, just because I was Goofy and I was a fucking retard. So what happened though in this case was I don't know, I probably took like 400 milligrams of edibles, or maybe not that high, maybe like 300. And for some people that's not that much. I mean, it is a lot though, but it's like half a baggie or whatever. But I took a pretty big dose for me, and I went out, and everything was good at first. But after I started walking around, like, this is late at night, too, with all the Halloween decorations, I started getting a little paranoid, because sometimes when I'm high, I get paranoid. That's a big side effect, obviously, with weed. And I started looking around, I'm looking at the Halloween figures or whatever the fuck you call them, and I'm like, oh shit, was that a real person? No, that has to be a Halloween decoration. And your brain just twists stupid little details in your mind into making it something else. Like another example, if I had an old fan that would rattle, I thought that I had headphones on and that was like on in the background or whatever, and I thought something else was playing. I thought it was like a in my head, I thought I was hearing like a song being blasted on speakers or whatever, when it was just like my fan rattling. And Dude, I was so high, I was about to leave my own house to see if there was a car blasting music outside, but I realized, you know what, I'm just stoned, and if that was actually a thing, I'm sure the cops would have been here. But that's the difference, though, between, like, being stoned and, like, out of your mind stoned versus, like, actually hallucinating. And when I was walking out, when I would walk outside really fucking high, like really high, not like some small dose. There was the specific Halloween decoration that was out and about. It was a skeleton on like a little kid's car that they would drive around. And dude, I legit thought that that was some old lady in a lawn chair just chilling in the front of their yard at midnight or whatever. And in my mind, I wasn't thinking, huh, that would be weird. Maybe I should just look again at the figure and see if it's actually a person. Because I don't know who would just chill in their front yard at midnight just watching the owls or the moonlight. But in my mind instead, because I wasn't sober, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Is that like the Grudge bitch? Or something like that. And, yeah, the next night I went there sober, and I realized how fucking stupid I was. But, yeah, that's just how my experience was with weed. You guys obviously wouldn't know. Alright, well, I think that, this is a pretty good topic to end off on. And we can get into something new. What do you say, John? You've been quiet for so long, dude.
I can't relate. I don't do that stuff.
John, you're the biggest drinker I know.
Hey man, on the other news, Wings versus Boogie.
I guess we can talk about that. So we do have a update with the Wings versus Boogie boxing match. So there's a few things with it. Keemstar, which I'll talk about DSP later, but Keemstar was on a podcast with DSP, another Lolcow, arguably worse than Wings of Redemption. And here, hold on, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. All right, so here we go. John, you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't have too many specifics at this time, at least, but we have more information from last week. So last week we found out that these two gentlemen here, both very overweight lolcows and e-beggars for their own respectable terms, I guess. They're going to be fighting each other in May, sometime in May. John, did you say you knew the date?
No. It says May 2023. They never published the date.
Okay, so yeah, but it's official though. These two guys are going to be fighting in the ring, both lolcows, and dude, it's basically going to be sumo wrestling. That's what I can picture, because based off the Jake Paul versus what's his name, Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury, if those two were hugging that much, I can imagine how many times these two are going to be hugging in the ring. It's basically going to be a glorified or more respectable WWE match, in my opinion, that's going to go down. But yeah, apparently when this fight is a thing, this fight is going to be free. It's not going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be completely free. So, I don't know about you, John, but
I'm watching this.
I will literally take work off if it means I have to watch it. I have to watch this. So if it interferes with anything, I'm making this my number one priority. Hell, I may even restream it because it's going to be that big, which I am allowed to do if it's free. But we'll see though. We'll see. John, so you still got the same predictions from last week? I'm guessing you're still rooting for Boogie.
What do you mean Boogie? I'm rooting for Wings.
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we already talked about last week our predictions with this fight. I think, I don't know, dude. They both have advantages and disadvantages, but I think overall it's going to be a close match, just given both of their histories. But, yeah, I think Wings maybe would win just because he has an advantage, but it wouldn't surprise me if Boogie won. So,
dude, I can't wait what Richard's entrance song is.
Dude, it's literally gonna be a Liquid Richard song. It's gonna be this song.
Oh no!
Let's just listen for a second. You ever heard this?
Not really.
I'll play the first half. Dude, this is so fire.
Big up Liquid Richard. Let's play these games.
These
These games are about to be fucking played. Come on. I'm not smoking weed.
Dude, tell me this isn't the perfect one.
No, this is perfect.
She be spitting when I slap her bitch ass and tell her get back in the kitchen. Fucking that food ain't gonna cook itself. Motherfucker, you know me, I'm always about them top shelf. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. Hoes with flows and unstoppables.
Big ups, Liquid Richard.
Hoes with flows and unstoppables. I don't know. Richard Pepsi Banquet, listen,
Dude,
offline
imagine
diet.
if they have this
Richard
video
Pepsi
playing
Banquet, listen,
too.
offline diet. Surgery.
But anyway, I want to play the whole song, just because copyright or whatever. But, dude, isn't this the perfect song for Richard to play when he enters?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, imagine, like, me and Lenny joke about this all the time, but imagine he's walking out kind of like Jake Paul. Let me hold on. So imagine Wings is walking out like this, and then the song starts playing, and let's say he's okay. Then someone's like, and walking out from this corner, Richard. And he's like, all right, look here. Look, listen. Just yelling at everyone. I can imagine that happens, but seriously though, this fight, dude, oh my god. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets more views and money than probably the YouTube versus TikTok fight.
Regular Clash?
Yeah, that. Because dude, the trolls are gonna spread this like crazy, and I don't know. I think that this is gonna be the biggest thing ever, or one of the biggest events ever. What do you think?
Dude, I hope.
I hope too.
Oh boy. So it's not gonna be played in the US, right?
I don't think it's gonna be in the US, because I mean, I don't know how true this stuff is, but apparently there's some health code violations that so these two are both massive and over 400 pounds, and there's a health concern, I think, that needs to be met. So they may have to be at a certain weight. Any conditions that they may have may need to be dealt with beforehand. I don't know much about that, but it doesn't take a genius to realize that there are certain requirements that need to be met. And I'm pretty sure that because these dudes, are massively overweight, somewhere between 425 to 500, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't meet the qualifications to box in the US. So I'm pretty sure it will be somewhere in Europe. I don't think it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, but it's going to shock me, though, if it's in the US, because I just don't see it happening.
You know how, dude, you know how boxers get fatigued for like a 12-round fight? Dude, these two are
not even for an 8-round fight.
It's gonna be like a 2-round.
Dude, it's gonna be, I wonder well, I don't know, dude, you never know, but because these two are both not the fastest people ever. They're both gonna hit each other pretty slow, I predict, and they're gonna take massive breaks. It's gonna take them like 30 seconds to even get near each other at the very beginning, something like that. But
oh my god.
But
yeah,
but what was I gonna say? But yeah, no, I don't know how long this is gonna last. If I were to take a guess, I would say maybe max 8 rounds, because that's typically how it goes. But we'll see though. But I'll be shocked though if it's in the United States. But
I don't think so. I feel like it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. I
have no idea, dude. But we'll see though. We'll see. We'll definitely cover more info on this later on, but right now we're a little bit limited to info surrounding these two. Now,
so wait.
Yeah.
So is it just? So I know this is probably going to be the main card, which is like called the main event. But have they released any like main undercard like other boxers that's gonna fight before they do?
I haven't looked too far into it. I don't believe so, though, because this is definitely going to be the main event. So I know that there's going to be other undercards in it. But, yeah, Keemstar hasn't... I don't think he's reported much, though, with it.
I heard Happy Punch, which is Keemstar's boxing promoter, or the company is going to be the one sponsoring this fight.
Yeah, I don't think there's much more info right now. We'll just stay tuned because this is a couple months away, and we still have just there's a lot that needs to be worked out behind the scenes. That's probably the one thing I believe Richard on, is that there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done behind the scenes. So, but yeah, right. We're in the beginning stages of this match. I'm crazy hyped for this. I can't wait. So, and I know it's going to be great.
Like, I can't believe this is actually gonna. I mean, there could be stuff that could postpone this game, but dude, imagine. I couldn't imagine like a year ago.
John, John, here's what I'm really hoping doesn't happen though. The main issue though with this boxing match, one of them is the Wings' history on not doing stuff. This dude has, so when he was and you know, when he was part of his old podcast PKA, Painkiller Already, he got kicked off because he wouldn't show up for like meets that they would do. So like a camping trip, and he was doing a bunch of other stuff, but like that was a big reason why he was kicked off. And then a more recent example of him just not doing or following through with agreements is when he was actually, there's two things he hasn't done. He didn't even show up to his own grandma's funeral. That's one thing, and which I'm not going to criticize him too much over that. That's whatever. But the other main example for Richard is when his wife wanted him to go somewhere. I think it was like a celebration of life. It was a celebration of life, if I remember correctly.
Was it when she was crying on stream? He was streaming and she was crying.
Yes, that was exactly what I'm talking about. But it was some kind of celebration of life or whatever, and he just didn't show up because he claims his anxiety controls his life or whatever. But, dude, that's one thing that annoys the shit at me about people, which I'm not going to throw names out, but you may be able to guess who I'm talking about. But whenever people complain about anxiety or whatever, bro, I'm sorry, but that's really not an excuse because everyone's nervous. Everyone has anxiety about stuff. If you promise to do something, you do it and stop being a bitch, you know? But,
yeah, can I also bring in my view on that topic?
Go ahead.
Like, here's the thing with me. I don't promise to go. I will say I won't go. Like, I don't have... I have anxiety, but I could control it. But here's the thing. The big thing I have is psychosis. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. But, long story short, it makes it very hard for me to be out of my house. And specifically, this is how bad mine can be at times. Specifically out of my comfort zones, aka right where I am right now, or my bedroom.
Yeah, I can take a guess what that is. I'm not the most educated person when it comes to those terms.
Actually, yeah, go ahead and Google it real quick. You can do it.
Psychosis is when you perceive or interpret reality in a very different way from people around you. Is that like hallucinations?
Remember what happened when we were recording?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is that like hallucinations related to that?
Sometimes.
It may occur as a result of synthetic. What does that say? Psychiatric. Sorry, psychiatric illness like schizophrenia. Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah. So it's like hallucinations, kind of, right?
Yeah. I don't have schizophrenia though. I have a apparent. So this is just what I tested for, and this isn't like I'm not diagnosed with it or anything, but the thing that, according to my therapist, what my test results showed was I have a personality disorder that just one of its symptoms is psychosis.
Yeah, but real quick though, going back to the subject, I get if you have that, I can understand that, or if like something big happens, that's something. But if you promise to do something, but you choose to play video games, in Richard's case, over doing what you're supposed to, then you're a bitch, dude. That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Saying anxiety controls your life and then just playing video games. Bro, there's a lot of things people don't want to do in life. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't want to do in life too, but I got to do them because that's just how life works, you know? But that's one thing I'm worried, though, with this boxing match is Wings is going to try and find some way to chicken out. But John, I'm gonna be honest, and John knows more about this than probably Lenny, with the Wings and playing Ferris Bueller on his day off. But I don't think he's gonna do it this time though, John, because if you sign a contract with anyone, the law is pretty much pressured on top of you, and you have to go through with that contract. So
Wait, so did Wings sign the contract?
He said so again, I'm not like super present on the exact step by step that's been going on. Last time I checked in on Wings, he said that the contract was being made and that he's expected to receive it within the next few days. But that was, I don't know, 5 days ago, something like that. So I'm pretty sure he's gotten the contract already and he's signing it because he needs that money. I'm pretty sure he'll do it.
Dude, yeah, dude. A lot of money.
I mean, I don't know how much he's getting. He's probably getting less than $100,000.
That's still a lot, bro.
He'll probably get a down payment and then a percentage of the people that tune in or however they make their money. Like, I don't know, like merch or whatever. Or there's going to be some promotional event going on where he'll make some money from it. But
Oh God, dude.
I think he'll go
Dude,
through with it though.
Dude, I can't wait for the weigh-in and the press conference before the fight.
Oh yeah, dude, the weigh-in. Dude, that's exactly why it's not going to be in the US, because they're going to read it and they're going to start with Boogie. So Boogie is 270 pounds and Richard is 500 tons. All right, look here. Look, listen. I'm not 500 pounds, all right? And then he's like, I didn't say pounds, I said tons. All right, look here. Look, listen. And then he'll just start going off on the person on stage or whatever. Or Boogie's going to roast him back because you know how they talk crap to each other on stage? Well,
Yeah. Boogie's
going to bring in some... Dude, the trash talk is what I'm looking forward to because... John, imagine Boogie brings up like how Wings' wife was like hitting on Discord mods or whatever, or like cheating on Richard or whatever. Dude, he'll bring that up to Richard, and then Richard will bring up to Boogie how Boogie got a divorce or something. I'm calling it. It's gonna be the most ratchet trash talking ever. I guarantee it. So I can't wait for that. That's probably gonna be my favorite part.
The Richard's gonna be like, "Mods, ban him, ban him."
All right, announcer, ban
Oh.
Boogie from the boxing match. He made fun of my KD.
He made fun of my fat man.
Dude, imagine like if Richard loses the boxing match, like when he starts streaming again, he's like, "All right, ban anybody that says I'm 0-1."
You know what I'm just picturing? Just imagine. You know how Popeye like cracks a can of spinach?
Yeah.
Just Richard, as soon as he gets in the ring, he's gonna pull out a bowl of Wendy's chilling, just eat it in one bite. And he's
Oh
like,
my
"I'm
God.
fueled, man. I got this."
You mean drink it in one bite?
Yeah, the cup too.
Dude. You know how how KSI when he fought, he has like Prime all over his sponsorship. Like,
Yeah.
if he brings it. Richard's gonna be sponsored by Wendy's. It's gonna be Wendy's.
Wendy's and Pepsi. Yeah.
Then they're gonna make a sports drink for the Wings called Wendy's.
Dude, there's no way Wings could hold any brand on him. Like he could in terms of like how popular he is, but dude, the trolls are just gonna bring up like all the bad stuff he's done, and then dude, that's not gonna last long. So, do y'all know who DSP Gaming is?
I mean,
So
Yeah.
let me just give a little, I guess, summary of who he is, just because not everyone knows who DSP is. But DSP is basically another Lolcow online. He's another e-beggar, kind of like Wingsofredemption. This is what he looks like online. Kind of looks like Lenny, right? Especially in this picture over here. This is what Lenny and DSP have in common. And if y'all know where this is from, are you guys looking at my screen, by the way?
Yes.
If y'all know, anyone watching, if you know what this is from, big ups to you. But yeah, he's mainly famous for being a lolcow, e-begging, lying to his audience about like needing money or whatever, and also most notably for masturbating on live stream, like John did last week. But yeah, no, he's a super lolcow. So basically, this dude is going trending right now. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about it, but Hey man, are
He's
you
lame.
listening or are you rapping? Or are you practicing for your next concert, Kanye Yellow? Let me ask you guys this, okay? So both of you, this
Isn't this
podcast, what?
Question: Isn't this the dude that sucks worse than John at Hogwarts Legacy?
That's another reason he's trolled, because this guy, whenever he sucks at a video game, number one, I'm not making fun of people who put games on easy mode, but if you have to put Hogwarts Legacy on easy mode because you suck that much and keep dying and go through like 10,000 potions, then you're the reason the game sucks, not the game itself. This guy is notable for blaming the game for everything whenever he dies because he sucks. He actually did it yesterday too. I was watching a little bit of his Hogwarts Legacy stream. This guy was fighting Lenny. Who was that guy's name again with the top hat?
Victor Rookwood.
Bro,
Oh yeah.
I killed that dude when
Lizard.
I still gotta upload the rest of my Hogwarts Legacy vids, but I beat the game already, and when I fought Rookwood, it took me a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes max, to beat him and all of his minions. All I did was
his boss fight was kind of sad.
all I did was after we were casting and like doing that little trade off, I just cast Avada Kedavra on him, finished him off quickly, then all of his minions. And that was that. But this dude DSP on easy mode, I was on hard mode doing this. This dude couldn't even beat him on easy mode. And he died like 3 times to him. And he was blaming the game the whole time and just making you annoyed at him. Because, again, it's whenever someone bitches about games sucking, I can get if you're bitching about Elden Ring. But this ain't no Elden Ring, okay? This is some easiness, okay? It's easy. So, it just is another reason why he's trolled. But he has a lot of controversies, and he never usually collabs with anyone just because, again, he's a lolcow and people are after him. But he went on this podcast recently, and another reason that he's trolled, y'all, I don't know if you guys know this, but he has a gambling addiction and spends most of the money that he sent on gambling. Do y'all know what WWE Champions is?
Yes.
Not really.
John, it's like a gambling app, right?
Oh my dude, yes.
I don't exactly know how it works because I'm not into gambling or anything like that. But he's reportedly, so he had some banks, this is how stupid this guy is. He claims he doesn't spend barely any money on like online stuff or unnecessary purchases. But number one, his profile on WWE Champions is literally "they call me DSP," which is his Twitter handle, and it basically the profile shows on WWE how much money he spent or whatever, or the trolls figured it out, and then to make it even worse for this dude, his bank what's it called his bank report was taken or leaked or whatever, and we see so much money sent to WWE Champions. It's crazy. Take a guess how much this dude spent on WWE Champions.
10 grand.
Lenny, you guess too.
And
Lenny, I don't know much about this game, but let's just say we've all played Clash of Clans, right?
Yeah, but I never put money into it.
Okay, but you know how the money system works in Clash for the gems, right, Lenny? Kind of.
Yeah.
So let's just say that in order to get a shit ton of stuff, like way more than you'd need, you'd spend 100 grand, which is like 100,000 gems on Clash, Lenny. So how much, if it were like the same system for WWE champs like Clash, how much do you think he spent?
20,000.
John?
Said 10.
Well, you both are wrong. It's 60 grand.
Sheesh.
Right.
So the reason I bring this up is because this guy had a massive podcast he was on yesterday. It was let me get it up.
Hold on,
real
I'm
quick.
swapping to the headset mic again.
You're fine. It was called Side Scrollers, which I had no idea who these people were beforehand. Dude, look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this fucking thumbnail. That's funny. But the reason I bring this up, though, is because he was on this podcast called Side Scrollers, and this guy lied his ass off the whole time on a whole bunch of stuff. On mainly on the WWE Champions thing, these guys wanted proof that he never spent that much money, because if he's proven wrong, or if he's proven well, basically if the trolls are proven correct and that he spent 60 grand on WWE Champions, that's scamming your audience, which will get you banned, number one. And number two, this guy's had a history of going bankrupt. And I don't know the exact law. John, you might know this. But if you spend, or if you claim false bankruptcy, isn't that a crime, John? Or something like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so if he's proven guilty on this, and it's sent to a court, then this guy will go to prison for a while, I feel.
It's usually like a 10-year sentence.
Yeah, it's not good. He'll be a felon. But anyway, just to summarize kind of what happened, because this is kind of a big news story. I wouldn't be surprised if Keemstar covers it on Drama Alert. These guys were trying to get him to these guys were trying to prove his innocence or whatever. So they asked him basic questions like, "Hey, can you send us your current WWE champion profile?" And this guy gave every excuse not to do it. So he's guilty as shit, number one. All right, John, I'll ask you this since
No, I'm here.
he's back.
No, I've been back. It's just my butt. I'm walking around my house right now. I'm talking
Your
to my grandma
butt?
too.
What?
Your butt. I heard that too.
Hey, man. I stammered. My bad.
You better not be on the toilet, buddy.
George, so it's champion bet, by the way.
Oh,
WWE.
gotcha. Let me ask you guys a question though, because this was a big. He's getting a lot of criticism for this right now. We've talked about like if we got paid money, we would do boxing. We all agreed on that last week, right? Lenny did, me, I did, John, you did too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, let me ask you guys this, okay? For this podcast, we do it for free. Like you guys aren't getting paid for it. I'm not getting paid for it. We just do this because it's fun, it's content, it's just what we like to do. If you were offered to do a podcast and get paid for it, would you accept?
Yes.
If it was like the same terms and everything. So, what would you rather do? Would you rather pull a Wings of Redemption and DSP and you have an audience, but you're always complaining that you have no money and that you're e-begging? Would you rather do that, or would you rather get paid for doing a podcast?
Paid?
Paid. 100%.
Of course you're going to say that, because you guys know common sense, at least somewhat common sense. And I'm saying the same thing back at me too. Don't worry. But this guy, Keemstar, y'all know who Keemstar is, I'm sure. He had this idea where he was trying to, and John I'm sure knows about this, but he was trying to bring Wings of Redemption, Boogie 2988, the two guys who are going to fight each other, and then this guy Darksydphil, DSP, together, and he was going to pay them up front 50 grand to do a podcast because he figured it would be big since they're all Lolcows. And from a business standpoint, if these guys have a lot of haters, if you look at it in a marketing perspective, this would have been a big thing because the haters will clip out everything that they say, and it's just a smart idea in my opinion because that's how you get big. I think it would make
By the way,
millions.
I'm back.
What do you guys think? Do you think that would be a success? Who
Dude.
wouldn't want to see Richard on a podcast saying the weirdest stuff ever?
Oh, I would.
Dude, I would.
Honestly, okay, hear me out. The reason even you guys made this podcast was literally just to say random shit into a mic, change my mind.
It's whatever's on our mind. That's the beauty of it, you know? You can speak freely. You can say Lenny likes John. You can say whatever you want. Of course, I may have to censor some stuff, which
You could say crush like butt.
which I don't.
Man butt.
Lenny likes tranny butt. Black.
Crush likes tranny Tyrone butt.
Lenny likes tranny Cogsby. Fat.
Crush likes EDP.
Lenny wants Jared Fogle with EDP.
Crush wants EDP with Richard on top.
Lenny wants to hop into Richard's stomach like a baby kangaroo with mama.
Oh, God.
But anyway, though, moving on with the topic, though.
Wants to be a Richard EDP sandwich.
Yeah, sure, buddy. You know
he's
what?
gonna
No,
be the
you're
slice
literally
of ham
gonna.
in between.
You want to know something, buddy? You're literally gonna be an ice cream sandwich. You're gonna be the white, yellowish in the middle, and there's gonna be two Tyrones
Why
surrounding
is your ice
you.
cream yellowish? Why is your ice cream yellowish?
Not mine, but you're part yellow, so I have to adapt.
By the way, our talk of alcohol earlier, I put 2 beers in the fridge.
I'm so proud of you, son. But anyway, to kind of continue though, what I was saying, Keemstar was gonna pay.
Alcohol made me thirsty.
You are thirsty for men only.
No, I'm thirsty for a beer right now. I'll be honest.
Thirsty for man butt
No, I want a
and
beer.
cock and balls.
No, I want a beer, like
But
an ice cold beer.
All right, but hold on, let me finish though. So, but that's an upfront payment, and that's not counting like other business costs or whatever that you'll probably get. With the podcast getting a lot of views, merch, stuff like that. Okay, who wouldn't take that? Well, there's one person that wouldn't take it, and it's this fucking idiot loser, DSP, who, dude, I don't know who would rather beg online all day, every day, for donations.
Hey, what about Richard?
Richard agreed to do it. He said he would do it. Same with Boogie, because they need money. And 50 grand, I mean, yeah, it's not, some people make more, but that's a down payment. And that's Keemstar's own money. That's his own money he's giving them. And then add up, like I said, any bonus costs that will definitely pull up. I wouldn't be surprised if this podcast, well, not this one, but, the Lolcow cast with them in it, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets a couple million a year at least. I think it will be mildly successful, but DSP, though, he ruined the whole thing. He said he's not doing it, and he's the type of guy that just doesn't like changing, even if it means he'll get a lot more money. And he was ignoring Keemstar and being an idiot about it. So Keemstar in the podcast DSP was on with Side Scrollers, he actually got in it and he confronted DSP, and oh my god, I've never seen someone say the stupidest things ever. So hold on, let me ask you guys this, because do you know what the term blood money means?
Sort of, kinda.
All right, so blood money, I guess the best way to set an example to it is basically drug dealers get blood money. Okay, that's blood money.
So it's like illegal money.
Yeah, I guess, or it's like money immoral, like that you're getting immorally. It's like,
is drug dealing really immoral though?
it can. I think it depends what you're selling. If you're selling like crystal meth or like heroin,
Then yes.
then yeah. But if it's weed, then nah, not really, because we don't kill no one. But, but yeah, that's kind of like a good definition, I guess, of blood money. But DSP said the reason he doesn't take Keemstar's money is because that's blood money, apparently. Keemstar's a businessman.
Blood money?
It's not. He's an idiot. This guy's a retard. If anyone, I guarantee if anyone else got that opportunity, they would take it. I would take that, dude. I'm sure everyone here would take that, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Honestly, even if it is blood money, I'd still take it. Money's money.
Yeah, exactly. Money's money. I don't care if a heroin addict got killed to get it. It's my money.
I don't care if some random freaking third world country's president died to get the money. I'll still take it.
I'll take it happily. I'd be like, sorry you died, but life ain't shit. But yeah, he's such an idiot, bro. Like, this guy's one of the stupidest people that I think I've ever seen online. This guy makes Wings of Redemption seem somewhat logical. It's just stupid. And what doesn't make sense with me, though, with the whole gambling thing, is, John, you know how, like, Aiden Ross and XQC are, like, doing gambling streams on Twitch? Mm-hmm. I don't get why DSP doesn't... Well, yeah, but let's say they were still able to do it or whatever on Twitch. Why doesn't he just...
let him monopolize on his addiction.
Well, no, you don't get it, though, Lenny. People like XQC and Aiden Ross, gambling companies pay them to live stream gambling. I don't know if you know that, but they sponsor them and give them a bunch of money to gamble on their sites for promotion. That's what DSP should be doing. He could get a lot of money from WWE champions, because his controversies, they're bad, but like they're not as bad as like Wings of Redemption. So I think he may be able to pull it off, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But that's what he should be doing. And it's just stupid. I don't get how people can be so stupid and not capitalize on opportunities that they see. That's like John getting a promotion at work or whatever, and him not wanting to change anything, and just saying, no, I'd rather make half my money. Right? Doesn't that make sense?
No.
Exactly! It doesn't make sense. So, it's just stupid. And there's a little intro to DSP for you guys if you don't know much about him. I mean, I'm not the most logical person when it comes to him, but that's kind of the rough outline, I would say. Because this guy's just such a fucking piece of shit. Lenny, just to change terms and subjects, I guess, let's get your thing done. So, tell us a little bit about this Universe 25 thing that you were telling me about.
You want me to cover that now?
Yeah, go for it. Let's hear it.
Go ahead.
All right, so Universe 25, it was an experiment that happened like in, I wouldn't say early, but like it was about 1970s, give or take.
Okay.
I think 72, 73. So, is that technically long ago?
73? That was over 50. 73. That was about 50 years ago now, so I would say so. Man, time flies, huh?
So what happened was a group of scientists, they wanted to test to see what would happen in a pretty much like a utopia world where there was no predator or no threats. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so no, let's say humans because we're predators versus like wild turkeys, right?
Not just that, like they didn't have to hunt for their own food, they didn't have to hunt for territory, mates, anything.
So basically, like, I guess farmers without like cattle or whatever, just corn, shit like that.
Not even, because they still have to work for it.
So they just get the food through like a snap or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. And what happened was he put a group of mice in. I think it was like 3 groups of mice into an enclosure where there was plenty of food, plenty of room, and places to burrow and whatever. And for the first, so there was like no threats, nothing at all. Food was handed out. They didn't have to hunt. They didn't have to do anything. So you get what I mean now?
Yeah, literally utopia, no worries or nothing, right?
Yeah, no worries, no work, no nothing.
Okay.
What happened was, for like the first 104 days, they were exploring and kind of like charting out their territory. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after the 104 day, the population skyrocketed. It started doubling every 55 days. The population would double.
Well, yeah, because if it's a perfect utopia, dude, then
they were just mating.
So just one more thing real quick, just to make it 100% clear. When I say perfect utopia, I'm also talking about like no diseases, no problems in general, just everything's perfect. That's what you're describing,
well, there's probably
right?
those, but there's probably diseases because that's very hard to control, but
I'm talking about like deadly diseases, though, not like the common cold. Is that what you're referring to? No, none of that.
Think more in the terms, well, disease at the time, I'm pretty sure you couldn't contain that. You still can't really mitigate that effect in here.
Well, let's say that we have a cure for everything, okay?
Then yes.
Okay, so but is that applying to your utopia example that you're talking about? Like there's a cure for everything?
Technically no. But
all right, well, close enough, I guess. Short,
yeah, no work, no threats, no nothing. That's kind of the guess. That's pretty much the best way to describe it. No threats, no work, no nothing.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of just given to you that you need.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was the population started doubling every 55 days, right?
Yeah.
Then at the 315th day mark, so almost a year, that's when trouble started appearing. Males started becoming very aggressive and kind of went back to like alpha male, and they would fight each other for food and other things that were already readily available.
Mm-hmm.
And they would fight and literally kill each other. Birth rates started declining. female mice started also getting aggressive and literally killing their newborns.
Yeah.
Like they would be
okay.
killing and they would be killing their young and fighting and just staying away from males at all. And homosexuality started spreading amongst the mice. Like they started mating with members of the same sex.
Ew.
And
But okay.
yeah. And on top of that, even though there was plenty of food available, they started cannibalizing.
You know what that sounds like? Modern day.
Exactly. And we're getting to that point here. And they started cannibalizing each other, even though there was plenty of food available. And then after the 560th day mark, the population grew to 0. The last ever newborn was born, and that was the last one. After that, no other newborns survived. Mortality rates for young went from 0, not 0, but they went from like a pretty high number to 100. So no newborns survived. And the last generation of mice in the enclosure, they didn't have any signs of like normal behavior of the standard field mice or mice that you get at a pet store. They had none of their behaviors. Their behaviors were completely different. They were a lot more aggressive. They were a lot more aggressive. They were very homosexual. I hate to say that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you get what I mean? And
Yeah.
they would not mate. And after a time, due to the lack of growth, they all died out. Like they all went extinct. The
Interesting.
mice in the enclosure went extinct. They all died out.
Interesting.
But here's the thing with this experiment, though. We don't live in a perfect utopia. But even this experiment can have implications towards humanity in the modern day, like you were saying.
Well,
You get what I mean?
that sounds so. No, that definitely makes sense. I mean, what you described, that does. It sounds like reality, though, but it's just that
'Cause, like-
reality's not perfect, though. So it's obviously moving at a different pace than that utopia
Of
example.
course.
My
'Cause here's the
question,
thing, homosexuality is already like mainstream at this point.
yeah, it's
On top of that, a lot of
pretty-
people are choosing not to have kids.
Yeah, my question, real quick though, is: are
ahead.
mice and other animals actually like being homo with each other though? Like, I'm actually curious on that.
Like mice
Right now,
in field or what? Like in the wild?
in the wild.
I mean, maybe there's a case or two, but
I mean, I'm
usually
saying
no.
like as common as in your example that you just
Oh
listed.
no, not even close.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think that was the thing. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting though. Definitely can see that happening. I mean, do I see it happening when we're still alive? I mean, maybe, but you never know just because of the time difference. That is interesting though. You want to know what that weirdly reminds me of though? That actually reminds me of something that what's his name said, Albert Einstein said. He said something like, because technology is advancing, the next world war we're gonna fight will after the next world war is gonna be fought with sticks and stones. Have y'all ever heard about that?
The exact quote was
Nope.
World War III will be fought with bombs and guns. World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know why that it reminds me of that though, and I mean I can see that happening. Now the question is though, Lenny, is how do we stop that from happening?
Honestly, there's the problem.
Yeah, we can't. At least not without hurting a few people's feelings or whatever.
Here's the thing. This is just me being me, though. I really don't care what others feel. I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
here's the thing though, but like I mean, I know you don't care, but it's kind of scary though, because that seems accurate as shit though, because there's a lot of people though that aren't having kids anymore. I mean, I'm probably gonna have a kid one day. I don't know how many, maybe a few, but In this world, though, this is a world, though, that I prefer that they wouldn't grow up in. I'd prefer, like, a world that was, like, maybe 10 years ago or whatever, 2011, 2013, when people weren't pussies, when people were more self-aware, not stupid like they are now.
Less aggressive per se.
Less aggressive and just retarded, and we let all these mentally ill people just roam the streets or whatever, and trying to push being gay and all that in the classrooms, which it's nothing to do with being gay, but I mean, it's all these stupid political agendas these days that are the issue, in my opinion. Like,
This is just a random tangent, but did you ever hear the story in which a bunch of went to like elementary schools and were preaching and were teaching kids about sex positions?
oh yeah, I know that they would have story time, reading queer stories or whatever, queer tales. I don't know. I grew up hearing dragon tales, but instead we have to hear tales. So
I grew up with Veggie Tales, and now you're growing up with Tales.
tales. John, what's your opinion on this? Like, John, would you have kids in this day and age?
I don't know, man. Time will tell. I mean, it'd be awesome.
I mean, ideally, would you want kids though?
1 or 2.
Yeah. What about you, Lenny?
I want one.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, one, I can get that. I'm probably gonna be stupid and
I'm
I'll
gonna
probably
make-
have a
I'm
few
gonna
though.
make-
I was gonna take it
My-
off halfway.
If my kid's a boy, he's gonna be the next Lamar G the third.
Lenny's gonna name his kid Bend Over
Hell
or
no, I'm
Nick.
not. What I'm gonna middle name I can't give. Middle name I have no choice. Well, I have a choice.
No.
in the matter.
I'm saying name your kid as a whole. Nick.
That's just their first name.
Yeah.
Okay, cause this is a middle name. I'm passing mine down.
All right, bet. Yeah, no,
'Cause,
you do what you want.
Well, here's the thing
Lenny
with my
B.
middle.
Okay.
No,
Lenny
my middle
B.
name. My middle name's not B. I'm not saying my middle name here, but
E-boy.
no, my middle name though, it's kind of my family's tradition to pass it down.
Fair enough.
My middle name is my dad's and my grandpa's. That's why I'm not saying my middle name here, because
Well,
if I say
obviously.
that, you can also. And in Nepal, middle name is family based, so you'd be able to pin me out of everyone with my name.
I cannot believe you would not say that info on recording. Just like I can't believe you would not say your credit card info. No, I'm kidding. I totally got you.
2, 7,
But
5,
my question-
4, 3.
But hold on, my question for both of y'all, like going off of what Lenny was saying, would y'all raise kids though in this world? Like with all this crap going on? We're both still young, and who knows what... I mean, if you look back 10 years ago, the world was massively different. But look to the future in this case, like 10 years later. Do y'all think you would have kids in the next 10 years?
Yes.
In the next 10 years, now you're pushing it, Krush.
Well,
I
what do
can't
you
even get a
mean?
date. I can't even
That's
get
why...
a date.
Listen, you'll have 10 years to prep, okay? You'll have
I'm gonna
10
say it again. I can't even get a date, and I'm already 19 here, bud.
Bud, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. But let's let's say you can get a date or whatever. If you were given the opportunity and you were to get married or whatever, like in the next 10 years, would you raise kids in this world?
I mean, yeah. Because here's the thing: even though the world might be shit, you can still teach them a way to view it in a way that's not.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I mean,
Because the one thing that I remember, even with Val, we had not even an argument, but she was talking about like how LGBTQ stuff needed to have more acceptance, and I was like, but with acceptance, you also have to accept unacceptance.
you have to
Also, I
accept
hate to say this
criticism.
again. Yeah. Also, I hate to say it. I'll be right back again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, dude. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're bi, straight, pansexual, or whatever. But just keep that to yourself, though, because I mean, believe it or not, I am somewhat religious, and I am a traditional guy, and I'm sure John, you are too. When it comes to like, having a family or whatever, and you wouldn't want your kids to be gay or anything like that, which I don't want my kids to be gay. I'm just saying that right now, and it's not because I hate gay people. Like, live your own life, but I'm the type of dude that just wants to, if I have kids, I want grandchildren or whatever. I want like two. I mean, I want grandkids one day, hopefully. If I ever have kids, I don't want them just being gay or whatever and never having kids back or anything like that. But again, I'm just traditional. That's how I am, And John, I'm sure you're the same way, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but with this stupid political agenda of like pushing, it's like they're trying to, like the government and all these drag weirdos, they're trying to get all kids to be gay or whatever, and it's just disgusting, honestly. And dude, I'm gonna be honest. If John, what would you do if like your kid was in elementary school and you found out a drag queen was like being weird with them?
Dude, get a gun. Play. It's about to be a Call of Duty at that bit. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, when they spawn in or when they're walking out, John just does a drive-by, bam, 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 like, and they fall, fucking Ronald McDonald makeup falling off of them. But, but nah, dude, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I would literally, dude, I would go to jail though, prison, if I found out that was happening, or I would get my kid out of there, or I would be like, you better fire this person, because this person probably is a pedophile. Because people that do that type of stuff are not normal. There's something massively wrong with them. I don't know. I wouldn't want my kid exposed to that, though. And it's for those reasons. So, I was just talking about how in 10 years the world could be massively different. I mean, John, it's been a while, but you know how... Yeah, go on.
I have a question. If you have a kid, at what age would you give them a cell phone?
Wow. Let me think. I mean, I would say probably 11 when they enter middle school.
Makes sense.
Probably then, but there's pros and cons to giving them a cell phone early. I think there's more pros and cons, but bro, like the one thing I fear more than anything if I were to have a kid is like predators online. That's like on TikTok especially, because that's where a lot of kids are and that's where a lot of predators are. EDP445 literally resigns on TikTok right now. I don't know if y'all know that, but
yeah,
that's probably the biggest reason I wouldn't want my child to have a phone. But I think it is wrong though at the same time to deny them that, because what if they're in trouble? What if they need you or whatever? How are they going to reach you? But if I would give them a phone though, but I would probably see the type of parent I would be. I'm going to raise my kids completely different than how my parents raised me. I'm going to kind of have more of like, I guess, a Lenny parent vibe. And I'm going to be like, just tell me, like, you don't need to hide anything. And if you get in trouble, just tell me. I won't be mad. But if you don't tell me and I find out, I'll be mad. That's kind of how I'd be, And I would hopefully be able to just trust them enough to where if something's going on or if there's a weird situation going on their phone, that they tell me about it. Because I don't want to be that parent that would install software on their phone and watch them, because that is messed up. But again, I know, dude, I used to watch all the time these predator hunters go after child predators, and there's so many of them out there. It's not even funny. Like, I'm pretty sure that, let's say there's 100 YouTube channels out there that catch predators, which there's probably more. But I guarantee each one of those channels, if they actually do work, they'll catch over 100 a year. It's a lot, and it's bad. Especially in the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that's probably what I would do. What about you, John?
Probably like...
Like, what age and what would you do if you gave them a phone?
Like, same answer when they hit middle school.
Okay. And I'm guessing you try and be open with them and that type of thing. What about you, Lenny?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it.
Okay. Fair enough.
The one thing I will say is, if I did have kids, the one thing that I did learn from my parents is, if I have an only kid, like one child, you need to actually play with them.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like, I grew up bored as all hell.
I very
Lenny.
much agree with you.
Because my parents don't play video games, and that's why I play a lot of video games, because it's not like I have anything else to do.
So I have a
Actually,
let John go on.
Lenny, don't leave. Don't let your kids find a platinum in their bed.
They won't. That's another.
Yeah, Lenny.
That's
What
another
happens
thing.
if that happens?
I'm a bigger man than I'm probably gonna be a bigger man and say, yeah, I did your mom on your bed, bitch.
Yeah, that's what Lenny's roast is gonna be if his kid ever has an argument. He's gonna be like, "Well, guess what? I did your mom." It's the stupidest thing ever. Remember when
you know what my dream? You know what? This is a joke, but you know what my dream is, Krush?
Huh?
Become some Xbox kid's stepdad. Why? Because at least
Yeah, you're
then-
being a stepmom, Lenny.
No, what's gonna happen is, if I ever have a kid and he like beats me at, let's say, Call of Duty for some example, and I get mad, I'm just gonna say, "That's it. I'm gonna go do your mom."
Yeah. Remember
And he's
when
just gonna look at me like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Remember when Cogsby on Discord, he and Bloodgarm got into a big argument over something, and then
Yeah.
and then Cogsby, they're brothers by the way. Cogsby literally
Half
said,
brothers.
all right, half brothers, whatever. Cogsby
Share
told
the same mom,
Bloodgarm,
though.
yeah, they share the same mom, and Cogsby literally told Bloodgarm, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck your mom, and then. And
then he realized.
and then it was like inter-Alabama music, and then it's basically like that one meme where hold on, let me get it up.
No, whatever. Jim literally was like, hey, so we share the same mom. He's like, oh wait, oh.
Hold on, this is basically the perfect meme that fits this conversation right here, okay? Right here. Confuses wife with sister. Joe Biden wins Alabama. That was Cogsby that day, okay? Cogsby.
Yeah, but replace sister with mom.
John should know exactly what we're about to talk about.
Boy.
So, what, John?
Yeah. You go ahead.
Well, John, you're getting in on this too, okay? Because you're part of this just as much as me, okay, buddy? But
Hey, buddy.
But yeah, I guess just as a little announcement, we're gonna give a little update on your boy Lester B, okay? Lenny's boyfriend. So
No.
So Lester B, John, you want to start this off, or you want me to?
You go ahead.
So Lester B, there's some news with him. So I don't know if anyone on the Discord has noticed, but Lester B's no longer in that Discord. He decided to leave on his own accord, and he also deleted most of his channels from his YouTube. We had a conversation yesterday about him going through some stuff, and I'm not going to share too much of the details because they should be private, because this was a private conversation. But just to give y'all some closure, it has nothing to do with us. Well, maybe a little bit, but it mainly has to do with him doing YouTube and him not feeling good doing it, or he just decided he doesn't want to do it anymore, and he doesn't want to be known as Lester B. He can't take this shit no more, man. Am I a dick for saying that? I'm definitely a douchebag for saying that. He can't take this no more, man. But anyway, though, yeah, Lester decided to step away from doing YouTube, which I can respect it. Now, I can respect his decision. I do have my own opinions, but that is not meant for here nor any time in the future, at least right now, for describing in a public podcast. But yeah, he's retiring, I guess. So Dylan, you did good on YouTube while you were there. Big ups to you for appearing in videos. But yeah, it looks like this is gonna be the end for Lester B. He's gonna be kind of doing his own thing, and who knows? Maybe I don't know. Knowing Dylan for a while, I feel like maybe he would jump back into it eventually. But at the moment, he's he's definitely done. So if y'all are wondering why you don't see him on the Discord, there's no ill will or anything. We're all good. He's just doing this for himself because he has his own deals and his own personality shit that he has to work out.
Can't
So
take this shit no more, man.
can't take this no more, man. But
Dylan, if you see this by Stuart,
you said what?
if Dylan sees this,
Dylan won't give a shit. He won't care. He'll think it's funny probably. But yeah, I just felt like that little announcement was in order. I was actually gonna make an announcement on Discord, but I don't think that's necessary since I'm doing it in here. Who knows? Maybe I don't know. He said that he's not going to do any more videos on his channel, but maybe he'll appear on my stream here and there. I think he'd be down to do that. What do you think, John?
I don't know, man. I would just give him some space, and yeah.
Yeah, because Lester is kind of going through it a little bit. He just has to figure some stuff out, okay, in life, which I can understand that. Again, without going too much into detail, but yeah, that's where Lester is. He'll be fine though. Don't anyone worry. If you want to reach out to him, well, he can't really, but he might be in the chat occasionally. So if y'all want to possibly find him, I guess my chat, or if you want to ask questions, like ask how he's doing, I can answer that for you though. But he'll be all right. No bad blood, like I said. Yeah, that's pretty much it. John, did you have anything to add or anything?
I can take this shit no more.
Okay, well, he can't take this no more.
I'm really holding back laughter. You have no idea.
You can laugh. Come on, you can laugh.
Go ahead.
There you go, buddy. Did you guys have anything else you want to conclude with?
Not much.
Subscribe,
I didn't.
donate, or you're a Jew.
All right, I guess yeah, you heard John. So I guess we'll wrap it up at this point. Again, we just had to include that last little announcement just in case anyone asks. Well, there you go. That's your answer. Maybe we'll go more into why Lester left at a later date, but right now it's a little early to be really going into that specific.
I would. No,
Yeah,
I just
especially in a public setting.
Yeah. Maybe
Just
in the
keep it
future
private.
though, but for now, this is kind of a private thing he's dealing with, so we don't want to throw anything out there that he may not want. So that's pretty much going to be it. So if y'all enjoyed this episode today, as John would say, make sure to either subscribe, donate, or else you're a Jew. You don't want to be that, because if you are, then you'll be like Lenny, who takes shits underneath subways. And
Man.
yeah, you don't want to do that. So anyway, I had a great time today. I hope y'all did too. We had a lot to talk about. Wow. And we're almost at 2.5 hours. Does it feel like we've been talking for that long?
Not really.
Yes.
It really doesn't, does it?
No, surprisingly, it felt longer for some reason.
Wow. Okay, you dick. I see how it is. You
Way
little
to be a
butthole.
Jerk.
Way to be a
way to
dick
be a
about
jerk,
it.
John.
Yeah, John. You know what?
You know what time is it? You know what time is it?
I heard that noise.
All right. All right. Well, John's going to yell at me now, so I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, y'all know what to do, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
And
See ya.